Welcome back. Committed to improving standard of education in the state, Governor Peter Mba to investigate root of challenges bedeviling some state-owned institutions with a view to addressing them. Secretary to the state government inaugurated the committees. The committee is saddled with the responsibility of investigating allegations of mismanagement and corrupt administrative practices in the management of the college from 2019 to present, to investigate recruitment process and probe increase in the college's monthly subvention. It is to also look into the alleged fraud involving a financial firm contracted to collect fees to the tune of over 84 million naira. The governor, represented by the secretary to the state government, Chidiebere Onya, charged members to work assiduously within the stipulated time to discover the roots of the numerous challenges faced by the college and provide necessary solutions.
Let's actually say that this was the beginning of the different processes that we undergo in the state to look at higher education and sanitize where needs to be sanitized within the processes in our academic system. So today we're here to deal with the issue around the Enugu State College of Education Technical. What we're trying to do is to be able to look at the root cause of the challenges that we have identified there based on what people have shared.
The committee members expressed gratitude for the confidence reposed on them and promised to bring results within 2 weeks.
Assuring His Excellency that we are going to come out with implemented education. I thank you also, and for principally telling me to carry out our vote of thanks to His Excellency.
It is expected that members of the committee will put to bear their experiences and provide needed recommendations to improve teaching and learning process in institutions in the state. Months back, the state government constituted a committee to investigate the state of affairs in IMT. This newly constituted committee will ensure implementation of the previous panel's reports. The committee is also saddled with the responsibility to evaluate and amend the legal and policy framework governing the institution, eliminate third-party fees and unauthorized charges on students, standardize staff appointments, as well as enhance revenue generation. Governor Peter Mba, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Chidiebere, education is pivotal to development and the state government is committed to ensuring quality education standard. He further urged the management of IMT to grant the committee unfettered access to any document needed to ensure successful work.
I'm pleased to convey the approval of His Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba, on the constitution of Implementation Committee on the report of the inquiry into the accounts, management practices, and staff conduct at IMT Enugu. The fifth will be addressed undue financial demands on students, improve financial accountability, and ensure fee transparency. Rector, I'm sure that in IMT they don't longer sell handouts to students. So those ones should not be a factor. Anything that puts undue burden on the learning of students will cease to exist from today. So Rector, please go and check to make sure your staff, they are not doing it behind your back. All right, the committee is going to be able to go in there and also collaborate what you must have found out. So you should be upset, Rector, if you find out that somebody is doing it. I will encourage you to write a query directly to whichever academic is charging students money for handouts or whatever that they think they should be doing, for taking an exam, for being in class, all these strange charges we heard that's going on. We are hoping that you do, because the committee is going to find out, and we are going to seize that and make sure that whoever is involved is dealt with administratively.
Members of the committee pledged readiness to deliver on the mandate with every sense of integrity, diligence, and dedication.
The work starts, and I can promise you, we'll not only give you midterm review reports, we shall give you periodic reports as necessary until the time elapses. We hope that we'll continue to receive cooperation from those who will be working, and it is unique to have them sit here while this inauguration happens.
The issue of writing school fees to third parties. We are about to do a new session. If the decision has been taken, if you are 3 months forthwith, third party should not be involved. We now know, and the process here, work out an arrangement so that we don't involve them at all. So we are very happy with this development.
The committee is expected to implement the report of inquiry within the next 6 weeks. The state government has officially flagged off the introduction of the human papillomavirus HPV vaccination with a stern warning with individuals or groups found dissuading residents against receiving the vaccine. It was a 3-week vaccination for girls between ages 9 to 14. Papillomavirus is one of the major causes of cervical cancer among women. This disease has been reported to be the 4th most common cause of cancer globally and 2nd most common affecting. The disease can be prevented by routine vaccination with the HPV vaccine and regular screening. The rising scourge of cervical cancer explains why the state government is taking advantage of this preventive measure by being one of the 15 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, to flag off the first phase of the rollout vaccine.
And it's worse when science can show us there's a cure or there's a prevention, and we don't take advantage of what science has given to us. I will not want to dwell today on the consequence of this disease, but I want to mention a few things on what I have been informed and what I actually know is the challenge our healthcare officials and professionals face in an effort to deliver this vaccine to those who desperately and genuinely need it. There are all sorts of conspiracies. Some people have ignorantly sold information to our people that this vaccine is not safe, that it has the potential to make young women sterile. I've also been informed of resistance to the delivery of the vaccine by some persons who should actually and ordinarily be educated.
Key players in the health sector encouraged parents with girls between ages 9 to 14 years to allow their children get vaccinated to avoid contracting the disease at a later part of their life.
It's a thing of joy because I can tell you that a lot of other earlier speakers have elucidated on the seriousness of the condition that we are trying to prevent in this momentous occasion, which is that cervical cancer. It can be a very worrisome condition. And for us to have an option of prevention is a thing of joy. I must let people know that healthcare delivery comes in a spectrum. And that spectrum is a spectrum of prevention. In fact, it starts with promotion, health promotion. And then with health promotion, for this condition, for this disease, disease that it causes, and for this vaccination, people will say that it is better that we prevent it completely. And I welcome all those who are involved in health promotion against sexually transmitted diseases to continue to do that. But what we do is we welcome them and say, please come and join hands with us.
The HPV is a widespread sexually transmitted infection, and it causes over 95% of cervical cancer. It is a disease that does not discriminate, so it affects both males and females. In fact, it is said that up to 8 out of every 10 persons would get the HPV virus in their lifetime. And indeed, the infection occurs soon after initiation of sexual career. Cervical cancer is a preventable disease, and it can be prevented by routine vaccination. Spread the word to encourage participation and to embrace this initiative with open hearts. Let us join hands together to create a healthier, happier, and a safer Enugu state. Today, we can make this program a beacon of hope, a legacy of health, and an unforgettable testament to our commitment to our daughters and generation to come.
Together with WHO and other partners, the state has developed a robust HPV vaccine introduction campaign plan, micro-planning, guideline, monitoring tools, including a readiness assessment for HPV vaccine introduction, and a comprehensive supportive supervisory plan to guarantee a resounding success for this vaccination rollout. At the country level, the World Health Organization country representative, Dr. Walter Molumbo Kazadi, reminds government in Nigeria of WHO global call for action to eliminate cervical cancer by 2030, remarking that WHO stands ready and in total commitment to supporting Nigeria's renowned efforts to urgently curb cancer cases.
The program, which is in collaboration with the Primary Healthcare Development Agency and the State Ministry of Health, will run simultaneously in all the 17 local government areas of the state. It will commence on 24th to 29th October of this year and will be later introduced into the routine immunization schedule to be made available in all primary health centers in the state.
Quality education and all development.
Time is of the essence as Enugu State government marches west with action to deliver quality roads by the end of this year. It's been sighs of relief for many residents of the state capital who wake up to see heavy machines and soil breakers in motion, rehabilitating and constructing roads, including roads abandoned by successive administrations. We'll bring you clips of the ongoing work on some major roads.
Tomorrow is here. Tomorrow is here. Diama, esimepe adiwa. Makana miria babako.
I'm satisfied with the pace of the work at the moment. The quality is what matters, and they are meticulously following our specifications, and that is the key. And I'm using the opportunity to tell our people, those where there's densely populated areas, please remove all your belongings that are on top of the drainages. We are excavating them and putting new drainages where necessary and where it is designed, especially if a valley area, market area in Ababa and Amechi area and Ikeyeta area. The other area is to beg our people to continue to be patient with the traffic that this construction and heavy equipment are causing. We bear with us. The paint will not last forever. It's just for a short while. Like His Excellency said, by December we should be finished with this.
Industrial revolution, about digital economy. Yeah. Agricultural revolution, oh. Yeah. It's in paper. The rock, Oporus or the rock. The rock, quality education and all development. The rock, and tomorrow is here. And tomorrow is here. And tomorrow tomorrow is here.
Enugu State government the previous week played host to an Igbo socio-cultural group known as Nkata Ndiyom Igbo, who converged on the old government's lurch advocating peace in order to address the rising challenges faced in the Southeast region and foster development. The theme for the 2023 edition of the annual conference is Women, a Unifying Force in Peace Building. The role of women in fostering peace and indeed nation building cannot be overemphasized. Reason for the gathering of Igbo women by descent or marriage with one voice advocating peace and unity in Nigeria. Governor, represented by the Deputy Governor Ifeanyi Osai, acknowledged that conversations like Nkata Ndiyom Igbo is a viable tool for community and nation building. He pointed out that gone women were relegated to the backgrounds or maltreated by their male counterparts, as their participation in leadership roles is key to achieving equitable, peaceful, and prosperous society.
You know, in the time past, it's not fair and right to blame the men. Whether women were subdued, ill-treated, these are facts. We cannot pretend that they didn't happen or that they are still not happening. They still do. But we must understand the perspective of those that did it. Then, economy was masculine. We didn't have knowledge economy. Our communities lived on farmland. People had to go to farm, work and come back. So the men who had more testosterone and had to go to farm felt they could conquer the rest of the society, they could conquer the women. So if we could forgive them, I find no space to forgive anybody in our generation that still imbibe those thoughts and those activities, those behaviors. They are unacceptable in the 2023 and they will not be acceptable in 2024 going forward. Community to pay EDC. Men who were sent to pay those bills, some of those funds did not get to EDC. Until we change the government of payment for power consuming in our village, we didn't have power. But when we now retired all the men and the women took over, not a kobo was not accounted for. Women to build our families, our small communities, our local governments, our states, and our nation for peace. Anybody who pretends that that is not true is merely paying lip service to reality that we all have to face.
No longer in the shadows, forced to stay behind, but side by side being truly quality. So sing a song for women everywhere. Let it ring around the world and never cease. So sing a song for women everywhere. Equality, development, and peace. Women can be silent when around the world. People hurt and hungry children cry.
Founder and President General Nkata Ndiyom Igbo, Josephine Anini, described the rising space of insecurity in the Southeast zone as a major cause of loss of billions of naira and the young ones leaving the shores of the country for greener pastures. She urged the Igbo people to embrace peace as it is the bedrock of national development.
We will see that all of us have the same gene because of our women, because of Nigerian women. I will explain what I mean. I will take our distinguished Senator Grace Folasade Bent, Yoruba from Osun State. She waka to Adamawa in the north. And all her children are Ndawusa. She is Ndi Onye Yoruba. Ndo Femman. Benue. Okay, I take myself. Onyi Igbo. Where waka. Jebedo. All my children, Ndedo. Me, Onyi Igbo. So what are we fighting? In the South are also Igbo. Whereas inside their blood, Igbo blood, they there because their mama are Igbo. What are we talking? So we said, if nobody has noticed, we have noticed, and we bring it to the notice of Nigerians that we are one, we are together, and we start as one to build this country for our benefit. Because as long as we are fighting each other, we can never develop.
Identifying their natural roles as homemakers and peace brokers, participants lamented the increasing rates of insecurity, kidnapping, banditry, and killings in the country, especially the southeast region. They acknowledged that such gathering will provide solutions to several socio-economic, political, and cultural issues bedeviling the country.
If you come to Igbo land today, you go into the rural areas, you just see women in most of the agrarian communities because they are the ones who go to the farms these days. They are the ones who also are at risk of being attacked in their farms and so forth, and being subject to various forms of human degradation like rape, etc.
Nigeria's 133 million multidimensionally poor cannot be lifted out of poverty without a development that is implemented in an environment of security, justice, and peace. We, the women in particular, have watched with fear. We are scared about how our society, especially the rural communities, have descended into a chaos where everything is falling apart and we are no longer at peace or at ease, as Chino Achebe predicted.
Nkata Ndiyom Igbo is a pan-Igbo organization committed to the advancement of women and all Igbo people, as well as the preservation and promotion of positive Igbo culture and customs in the sustainable development of the Southeast and Nigeria.
Quality education and all development.
It is on this note we end this week's edition of Lion Building in Action. Remember, development of any society is a joint venture, so play a positive role and support the state government in its bid to eradicate poverty, enthrone peace and security. Chika Ugu is my name. Signing out.
Industrial revolution, digital economy. Agricultural revolution, paper.